everyone, Arty Tambarambaa, also known as Tammy Porter, back again today with another Art by Marlene share. And as you can see, this one's not an art journal page, but it is some of the storage boxes. So I will tell you a bit about this project in a moment, but let's go through what I've used. I used the storage boxes, I used the markers, I also used the new gel medium, some craft tape, the silicone spatula, and then a whole stack of rainbow paints. So I won't go through each individual colour. They're all my favourites and go-tos, and of course I list all the products that I've used in the comments, so you can find exactly what they're called and the codes as well. And then I have been hoarding this paper. This is the scrap paper from a little while ago. It was in a pack, and there's a couple of sheets in there that I haven't used that I love, and one in particular is this rainbow one. So I've been hoarding it, and I'm like, right, that's it, got to use it up. So yeah, I decide to use it on my storage boxes. So I've grabbed my boxes and I'm just measuring it up, and this video, I must say, is full of quite a few mistakes, but I've kept them all in for you to see. So I'm showing you today how not to do things. But basically I just decided on the section of the paper that I wanted to use, and I'd done a couple of pencil marks, and then I changed my mind and wanted a little bit more of the blue and pink and less of the yellow, and so I did more marks, but when I cut it, I cut on the first lot that I'd marked, so completely did the wrong section, but that's okay, we can make it work. So that was the first mistake, but it still fits. Yeah, just sort of put a pencil mark and then use a trimmer to trim it, and I did one for the top and one for the bottom. And now I'm coming in with the gel medium. Love this stuff, it is so smooth. I love that you can also spread it really thin, which is perfect for adding these pages because you get no warping, no bubbling. So using the spatula gives you that real ability to make sure it's completely coated, but also then very smoothly even it out, and just allows you to have a thin coat, and any leftover you can pop back in your container. So basically just stuck those on the top and the bottom of this is the smaller box that I've started with. So I do also do the larger one on video. So it's a bit of a long video today, so just stick with me. And yeah, so what I'm doing here is because I love the white freshness of the storage boxes. I love that they're already coloured white, so I wanted to leave a little bit of that white edging showing. So I have taped the edges of against where I'm putting paint, just so I can make sure when I peel up that the paint hasn't gone all the way to the edge. I've just covered a little gap. So hopefully you'll see, I know it's quite sped up, but hopefully you can see what I mean. Even in the photos after might show it better. But basically I decided I've got these rainbow colours on the top and the bottom, and I love that the drawer can go either way, so you can pull it all the way out and have it upside down. So yeah, you can, if you get sick of the top, you can swap it over and your bottom becomes the top. So it's important to cover the top to give you those double options. So because I had the rainbow on the top and bottom, I thought, God, I really need stripes. I'm a real black and white stripe girl. I love the contrast. I love painting them on. It's super easy, super quick, and I think the effect is fantastic. So I basically did stripes on all of the sides. So I did the two sides first, and then I did the back, which is what I think I'm doing here. I kind of tried to align them so they would look like they were going around the corner, but that actually doesn't matter, too much. Don't be too particular, but with adding your black stripes, just make sure whatever size brush you use, so the flat brushes are great, but obviously the larger the brush, the thicker the stripe will be. So you can have thick stripes or thinner stripes depending on which brush you choose, and I always do 2 coats just to give that real black. And don't be too perfect about how straight it is, because it looks good because it looks like it's hand painted, and that's the look that I wanted. So once I'd done it, the three sides, I had a little fiddle around as to whether I wanted some paper on the front, but I decided to paint that as well to go with the rest. So I have done the same. I've just taped up around the edge slightly and then just done 2 coats of the black and white stripe. And yeah, pulling up that tape, and it looks great. I love the contrast. So I had a couple of leakage in a couple of spots, so that's okay. I just use the white marker pen to just go over that. So then I decided, well, I've got my markers out, I need to chisel this up a little bit more. So can't help myself, I like this part. This is real sort of meditative and mindfulness, just doing some scallops and some hearts and some dots and some dashes in different colours. So this side of the rainbow paper that I'd used is quite sort of blues and pinks, sort of cooler colours. So I'm kind of mostly sticking with that and just adding detail. So I don't probably need to talk too much during this part. I will let you just watch it, but I have used the markers, and then I have gone in with a very fine black pen just to outline a few things like dots and hearts and things like that. So you can watch this happen. Okay, I'm back, and I've been working on the other side of the rainbow paper. So this one has sort of some warmer colours in it and a bit more variance of colours. So I've just repeated the same thing, just lots of doodling. I really love this black and white stripe that I've put through there that I'm working on at the moment, and that is just to emulate the stripes that are on the side. I did make a bit of a mistake there. I'm outlining some with black and I didn't like it, so then I had to try and remove it. And I guess that's the thing, as I said, this video has quite a few mistakes in it. I was just having one of those days, and you know, there's no real mistakes. We can fix everything, and yeah, those markers are magic for fixing all sorts of things. So I'm just continuing on with that, and I'm happy with how that looks. So I give it a bit of a dry. So that's both sides there, and then I add back in the stripy drawer, and I love how that looks. Oh, that was one of the other mistakes, was I had a little bit of black paint on my finger and smudged it, and of course it landed straight on the yellow part of the rainbow, the lightest part. But again, covering it up with that yellow marker, just a couple of coats of that, and it fixed it all up. So now I'm on to the larger box. So this was also in that same paper pack, and I've got stripes and I've got rainbows. So I thought, you know what, I need to add some flowers. So I've just trimmed two sides to the top and the bottom again, and I'm just repeating the process and using that gel medium and kind of repeating everything that I've done. So I will go quiet and let you watch again. I'll come back soon. Okay, so here I have started the working on the sides of the boxes, and the detail for this one, or the inspiration for this one, actually came from Marlene's new Art by Marlene calendar for 2024. So the tin inside has sort of ombre rainbow edges and sort of doodling on it, and I just loved the look, and I thought that's what I can do because it kind of ties the two boxes together. So again, I taped the sides up, and for the first side I started with yellow and moved from orange, pink, purple into blues, and now I've gone around the corner. So this is actually the back of the box. So I'm continuing that blue, deeper blue, and then purples, and I decide I'll do the same on the other side of the box and meeting in the back at the center. So I have basically put the darker purple in the center and moving out to lighter blues on the edge, and now I'm taping up so I can do the other side, which I will repeat that yellow, orange, pink, and moving back towards that blue. So I'm actually just squeezing the paint straight on and then just using a dry brush to blend. I do need to change the brush quite often because I found the dry brush was better, and I didn't want to mix my colours. I wanted to keep that rainbow look. And I guess a tip for if I did this next time, because the boxes are quite glossy, I am a bit worried that some of the paint might peel off. What I should have done is given where I'm putting paint some white gesso down. I don't need to do it where I'm putting paper, but I didn't do that, and I didn't think to give it a quick sand. I was too impatient. So that's would be my advice if you are going to repeat this. What I have done to rescue it, just because I could tell it was going to start flaking off, is I've sealed it all over with a clear spray that I had once it was all finished. You could also use the gel medium to do that, but I just used, because I've got a half finished can, so I just wanted to use it up. Okay, so now I come to the front, so I tape up the edges again, and I also tape up the little ribbon dongle there, and because I know it's one of those days I'm going to make a mess, so I do the yellow, because I had the yellow on the two sides, I wanted to continue that yellow around, so I do that on either edge, coming in to the pink in the center, so yellow, orange into pink. And I really love sort of the ombre look that it has given the drawers. Lots of fun. Okay, so I will explain something to you before I explain what I'm doing now. Another mistake I made, and you may have seen it, is at one stage when I pulled off the white tape, I hadn't heated that section with the heat gun, which is a little tip to make it come off really easily. And of course it ripped some of the paper, some of that floral paper off. So it's a sort of a one side completely torn it off. So I thought, oh my goodness, but it's fine. It's all fixable, and you'll see I leave all that in, and I will come in and fix that. And it's again with those markers, and it's really not a big deal. So at the time it feels like, oh, but really don't stress. So what I'm doing now, and what I have been doing, is just adding some lines and dots and doodles and dashes and hearts, kind of like I did on the rainbows, but I'm sticking reasonably close to the colours that I already have. So I might blend between the colour that's next to it, if that makes sense. So where I've got yellow, I've done some little orange marks in the yellow, and I've done some yellow marks in the orange. So same with the pink and orange and the blue and the pink. I've just kind of made sure I've stuck fairly close to the colours that are there, and then I've just added some mark making next to it. And it's lots of fun, and it actually looks really effective because that background's a bit washy. I think that definition just sort of pulls it all together. So the only, I used all markers except for 2 paints. It might have been 3 paints. I used the neon pink and the neon purple, which are funky and punk, just to do some dots straight from the tube. And same with Smurf, because I love that colour. I did a little bit of Smurf straight from the tube in a few dots, but the rest is all done with the markers. And here I am doing the other side. Another tip for you when doing these boxes is just to make sure not to put any paint on the inside of the box, because it can prevent that easy pulling and sliding in and out. So I have left it all white. I love that they're white, so they don't need anything. And I've just concentrated on sort of the edges and the top and the bottom. Yeah, so just remember that as a little tip. So in a moment, I have almost finished, and I will come in, yep, here it is, and show you how I'm fixing up that part. So you can see there was quite a big part of paper torn off there along that edge, and all I'm doing is coming in with markers. So I'm using the pinks and the purples that are in the flower, turquoise that's in the leaf, and a bit of black for that center of that flower, and I'm just adding a little bit and then just blending it using some water on a brush. And it just blends perfectly. You would never know that I had torn off a piece of paper. It's really, really effective to just use those markers to fix little mistakes like that. So when they happen, it feels like, ooh, but it really doesn't have to be. It's, you know, those markers are pretty magical at repairing and covering up. So that is it. That's all the sides of the large box. I love that there's a top and a bottom of both of them that is different. So I can pull the drawer all the way out and flip them over and put them back together again. So, you know, if I get sick of looking at one side, I've got options. And I think they look adorable all stacked together. I'm definitely going to get some more because I can see how useful they're going to be for all the little bits and pieces that we have in our craft room. So thanks for sticking with me. It's a long one today. I would love to hear what you think. I'd also love to know if you have these or are getting them and how you think you might decorate them. But yeah, super happy with what I've done. Love, they look perfect on my desk. So thanks for being here, and I will be back again soon with another video, and hopefully I'll have the new release soon. Bye.